This is, now we're going to go to the fiqh part. And I'm going to go quickly because I'm assuming you know. I hope. No answer. 2 pillars only, 2 requirements for salah, for siyam. If you don't have these 2, the siyam is invalid. You did not fast. You were just hungry. Remember, this is extremely important. Yani, every act of worship Allah gave us, there is a requirement to make it valid, we call it. And then after it is valid, how much I'm going to be rewarded, right? For example, let's do this. Let's take zakat, it's easy. Because a lot of people do also their zakat during Ramadan. How many of you here in this room work? Working woman, you better know zakat rules. So you need to answer me this question. What is the requirement of zakat? What is the pillars of zakat? ما هي أركان الزكاة؟ النصاب. الحول. النصاب والحول. That's how it is. النصاب is mean the minimum amount required for the zakah, and al-hawl meaning 1 year. So the easy way, either it depends when do you give your zakah. You give it in Ramadan, then you're going to say one Ramadan to the other, or you do it January, so 1 January to the other. You do it April to April. Doesn't matter how much money you had from January, for example, 2017 to January 2018. And nisab, the minimum requirement. What is the minimum requirement?
84.
What is the minimum requirement of money? How much money I have to have, then zakah becomes an obligation. This is what is
84
nisab.
84 gram of gold. That's gold.
Ya Rabbi, who's going to know how much 84 gold? I was like, okay, so 84 gold. So these bangles, how much they are? Make it easy, straightforward. Alhamdulillah, you're not muftis.
4,500.
No, but you have to
know the money or
okay, Younis, when you say zakah, Allah made me say this, subhanAllah. I normally ask about salah, but I don't know why this time I asked about zakah. Allah has a reason. Usually, when you talk about zakah, you talk about money. Number 1 is money, because that's the agreed upon. And number 2 is usually zakatul harb, they call it. Gold and silver is the 3rd, because there's a different opinion about it. So when we say zakah, we're talking about money. You're giving me 84 points, and this is you're telling me the gold. What is equal to, that's in the books of fiqh. Nobody knows how much gold they have. So what is money? I told you bank. You put money, coin, papers. How much?
I always heard it is equal money.
Whatever you're saving.
Really, Ya Rahman. Minimum nisab. So somebody has $250, someone has $500, somebody has $1,000, somebody has 10,000, somebody has $1 million. What is the minimum? $1,000. What, you need to know this. You live in America. Don't give me any other country. You live in America. I mean, this is to my knowledge the most recent. The minimum nisab is $1,000. So you come January 2017. Why I asked working woman? Because working woman, it's your money. This is your obligation. Don't tell me my husband doesn't do it. It's not, it's you. If you have a joint account, that's a different story, but you have to know how much you put in that joint money, because that's your obligation. If you don't work, that's your husband's obligation. Did you get my point? It's your money. Whether it's an inheritance, whether you saved, or whether you are working. 1,000. That's the nisab. So that's the minimum. So I go to my bank account and I say, okay, I have only $750. I have no zakat. It's not an obligation for me. I'm not going to take questions now. We'll take it at the end, please. And then the second thing is al-hawl. It has to be a year. So I don't look at the zakah I paid it January 2017. I'm not going to look at June 2018. It's not a hawl yet. I look at January 2018. So al-hawl wal nisab. When you have this, then you're going to come and say, how much? 2.5%. Who I am going to give it to? What about the gold? What about the rental home I have it? What about whatever farm? That's all details. But the essence is these 2. For fasting, the essence are these 2. Is an intention, and you need to refrain, hold, stay away from 3 things only. Don't invent the wheel. What is the 3 things? I'm not going to give you the next slide. Food, drink, and marital relation. That's it. Marital relationship. These are the 3 things. Others, and this is how I said yesterday to the youth, and they really loved it. Look at fasting as you're baking a cake. طيب? Very easy. The more you make things easy for yourself, it's easy to practice. Meaning, what do I need to bake a cake? I need minimum. And no cake without
Flour.
most of it is flour. Now they are coming up with the flourless cake, but usually it's flour, eggs, sugar, and I need an oven to bake, and I need a container to put, minimum. Once I have this, I have a cake. To make a cake for fasting, for you and me, I need to have these two. No intention, no fasting. You did not make a cake. You were hungry. I had the intention. I did not have a relationship. I didn't eat, but I had a sip of water. There was no cake. Our goal at the end of the day is not baking a cake. Because the 1.6 billion Muslims, assume 60% of them will fast. The 1 billion Muslim will bake a cake. I want to have the best cake. And this is what we want. I need the best cake. How I'm going to beautify my cake. Put a chocolate, a strawberry, look beauty, layers, or in between. That's what makes you and me different than the others. So this is the minimum. And who said so? Again, when you say this is fiqh now. فقه الصوم أركان الصيام النية والإمساك. So you don't eat and you don't drink. And this is anytime you say about intention, this ayah is being usually quoted. In Surah Al-Bayyinah. وَمَا أُمِرُوا إِلَّا لِيَعْبُدُوا اللَّهَ مُخْلِصِينَ لَهُ الدِّينَ. They were not ordered but to worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala purely, fully, only. So I am fasting only for Allah. Not because everybody is fasting. Not because it's Ramadan, and of course I'm fasting. You know what? I want to lose weight, and Ramadan is the best time. That's not. And it's not the best time to lose weight, to some. Some actually gain weight. But in general, you need to really tell yourself, Ya Allah, I am doing it only for you. Do you have to say it? Absolutely not. لا يتلفظ بالنية. But in you, your hal is, I am doing it for Allah only.